Right, 100% we're live this time.
Nice. Good evening.
100% we're
I
live.
see us being
There
live
we go.
right there.
We've done it.
So now I've just got to find out where the chat is stored.
It's live now. We have done a live. We are good.
There it is. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. All right. Well, good evening. Good evening. We'll just wait a few minutes for people to hopefully hop on in. You're sharing it to our pages, respectively.
We could do.
We live. Yeah,
live.
I'm gonna
share that as well.
All right, we seem to be going. Okay, good evening. We are live. We are Regional One. We are down one member this evening. Stevie is stuck at work, so big shout out to Stevie for
unlucky
not being it. Yeah. Yeah. So we've got an awesome guest in this evening. It's a band that we got in touch with recently, and they're going to be playing alongside us on the 3rd of June at the Anvil in Bournemouth. So tickets link should be in the description if you fancy coming along to that. It's going to be a cracking night. We'll be staying out all night. We'll be drinking the night away. We'll be partying hard. So party rocking. We'll be doing a lot of that. So yeah, if you're about, please do come on down. We'd love to see your faces. And well, I think as we're running a bit late today, it'd be probably a good idea to get the guys in pretty soon. They're just in the waiting lobby at the moment. Before that, we've got a few things to announce. So if you're in Ilfracombe, North Devon, we'll be up there on the 23rd of July. We're hopefully going to be playing towards Yeovil, Somerset area on the 22nd of July, the night before that. If you're in Bournemouth, as I've mentioned before, 3rd of June, come on down. That's going to be a cracking night. We'll be bringing along whatever merch we've got available at the time. Definitely copies of our EP, physical copies of that we can sign for you. And yeah, there's a few other dates, but I won't announce those just yet. One that we do want to talk about, though, is the Rock Against Cancer show. We'll be playing that in September. So you've got a little bit of time yet, but tickets are already on sale. So keep an eye out for that one. And head on over if you're in Street. Not any street, in Street.
In Somerset. Street in Somerset.
Street in Street.
It is in Somerset, yes, indeed. So we'll be there. And I think that's obviously for a very good cause. And there's a lot of great bands playing. Put the two together, you've got Rock Against Cancer. So come along to that. So I'm just going to hop into the waiting lobby, let the guys know we're going to bring them in. Then we can do our introductions and crack on with the evening.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Well, jolly good.
Right, I'll be right back, gents.
Yeah.
Get the show on the road, shall we?
Show must begin.
The show must go on.
Aaron, what plant have you got on your desk?
This is a Florida ghost, philodendron.
Philodendron. Do we have to drag them in? Or can they just join?
If you can bring them in, Callum, that'd be ideal.
Are they ready? They're not like naked or anything?
I did check, and they were pretty well not naked, so they're good to come in.
Jolly good.
All right.
There we go.
If you guys, you'll need to re-enable your webcam as we pulled you in.
Unfortunately.
How the hell do we do that? Oh, shit.
Oh, he's gone.
So, all right, we'll get that.
His webcam's on in there.
Yeah.
I was going to drag him in again.
Yeah, go for it. And then it's... Okay, gents. So the bottom left corner, there'll be a little button that says video, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Is there? There is. Right. Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
we have a
Yeah.
life. Good evening.
it.
How are we doing?
Done it.
Gang's all here.
Not naked, unfortunately, but
yeah. We were promised things that didn't happen, but that's okay. All right, Jen. So if you want to introduce yourselves to whoever's watching, that'd be great.
Well, I'm Sam. I play guitar and sing. In the
sings
bands.
very nicely. I'm Oliver, bass player. Do a bit of backing vocals. Unfortunately, our drummer Chad couldn't make it tonight. He's not feeling too good. So yeah, that's Sad Cult. Just
That's
a 3
it.
piece. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, best wishes obviously to Chad. Hopefully he gets better soon.
Right.
Definitely before the show next week. Yeah, so it's good to have you in, guys. It's so we've not actually met you in person yet, but obviously that's something we're very much looking forward to. So I think we found you guys through your manager, just having a chat on Facebook about maybe putting on a show, and that's come about pretty quick. So they're really happy with that. Really glad you guys can make it down, and really looking forward to seeing what you do live. We've all seen your music videos. We've had a look at the songs. But obviously our audience watching might not have done. So if you can tell our audience a little bit about, what kind of music you write and a bit about the origins of Sad Cult.
Yeah. You take it away, Sam.
Yeah, or
Your baby, isn't it?
I predominantly write most of the songs, I would say, but they all contribute a lot to it and stuff. But the style is kind of alternative rocky with a grungy kind of feel, I guess.
Yeah. That's probably the best way of describing it.
I don't really know else much to say about it. That's all I can really.
Sure. What kind of influences have you guys got? Are there any major examples there?
Well, I feel like we've all got quite different influences, especially in the rock category, anyway.
Yeah, so I kind of started off more in like a indie scene, more into kind of indie music. Kind of met Sam and kind of fell in love with the kind of grungier kind of music, like Pixies, Nirvana,
Mhm.
all of
Yeah,
that.
definitely hear a lot of Nirvana influence. Sam, is that an influence to yourself specifically in vocals at all, or?
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of it comes. There's a lot of stuff Sam writes, and it's almost like it's like Kurt Cobain reincarnated. He doesn't even mean to sound like Nirvana, but it just comes out of you, doesn't it?
I guess.
Yeah. That's a great sound. That's really awesome. I mean, obviously, that's something we'll never get again. So it'd be nice to have, that whole field essentially in that sound. It's really nice to hear original music in that vein. So I must admit, when I was listening to, I think it was Bleach the Freak. Is that right?
Yeah, that's one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Have you listened to a band called Highly Suspect at all?
No.
Oh, you guys are gonna like Highly Suspect. Yeah, I got some really sort of. I guess that one's a bit more bluesy than the other tracks that I heard. But if you haven't checked out Highly Suspect, definitely do. I think you guys will get on well with that kind of music.
Nice, thank you. Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, really good stuff. So have you guys got any CDs, EPs, anything like that on the go yet?
Well, we've just released a couple of months ago now, released our first EP, like kind of starting again with our new name, and with Chad on drums, which was called Everything You Hate, which came on.
It's on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. Have a
Nice.
look.
Check that one out.
That came on March 18th, so we felt that's our first EP. 6 tracks on it, I believe. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, decent length to it then. And that was that primarily digital release? Have you got any physical copies you'll have at the shows, or?
All digital. All digital.
Okay. Well, guys, make sure obviously to check that out. Check them out on Spotify. Obviously, your YouTube music videos as well are fantastic. I do want to ask a bit about one of them, the bunny. Is the bunny a permanent addition to the Sad Cult theme?
The 4th member, yeah.
Will we be seeing the bunny on the 3rd of June?
Maybe.
It could be arranged. It could definitely be arranged.
Okay, I think we can have a chat about that after. See if there's That could be a bit of fun. We could do something there. Yeah, that's great. So obviously, if you can remind me, what's the name of your latest music video?
Hate/Love.
Ah,
That's the one.
yes, that's brilliant. Yeah. So in that track, you've sorry, 1 second. There we go. Yeah, my bad. Yeah. So in that track, you one of you guys is on the skateboard. Who is that?
Me.
Ah, nice. Yeah, good stuff. I think, well, I mean, the whole of our band, we're all quite into skateboarding. So if we get a chance, then if we come up to Weymouth or something, it might be worth hitting the parks before a show. That'd be good fun. Yeah, we got a good contingent of skaters that listen to the band as well. So yeah, there's a good group going there. Did the rest of you skate?
I attempt to.
Yeah.
Not end up on the floor most of the time.
You on a board as well, is it?
Yeah, normally on a
Nice.
long board. Well, I don't have to do fancy tricks and end up on my ass all the time.
Yeah. I can't imagine doing too many tricks on a longboard, I think. Callum, you did longboard before, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'm behind him.
It's like,
Easy
yeah.
stuff.
That's my old
I've
one.
seen.
That thing's, oh, I can't believe that it's still together, to be honest.
Yeah, I saw Aaron have a go on it. I think that was the first time we went out with Aaron to the skate park, and he was off his tits, to be honest. What were you, like 10 beers in or something?
Like that. Yeah, it's
Let's go
like,
skate park. That'd be a good idea.
and it was like pitch
Yeah.
black.
Yeah.
It's just like the
in middle of
floodlights, that's all
night.
we had.
Mm. There's a lot of good skate parks worth checking out when you come down. Because I think there's a local group that have been sort of renovating all the skate parks down here. So we've been well on top of that and checking it all out. It's nice to see.
Yeah, that's cool.
Back in our day, we didn't have
Yeah.
these, you know.
With this smooth ground, it was all just grit.
Yeah. It's mad. It's so weird when you fall over. You don't sort of just lose
You
all
just
your
slide.
skin.
Yeah, you just slide.
Yeah, it's magic. Yeah.
Perfect.
Anyway, back to the music. I think so. Probably worth it. So obviously we've got you guys coming down for the evening. You'll be playing main support on June the 3rd. Are there any covers that you guys do or that you're a big fan of?
We've had a few covers, haven't we?
Few covers,
We've been thrown in and out of sets. Most recent cover we put in was actually a White Stripes track,
Nice, yeah.
which is a big influence of yours, actually.
Yeah, the White Stripes are massive influence of mine, to be honest.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, that'd be cool. I won't ask which track. We'll save that for the night. But yeah, that's fantastic. Okay, so that hopefully will give people a bit more of an idea of the kind of sound you've got coming. So in terms of lyrical themes, songwriting themes, obviously in the realm of grunge, there are some quite prevalent themes anyway. But is there anything in particular, any kind of messages that you like to put out there through your themes of music?
Sadness.
Yeah, it seems to be quite a common thing.
Yeah, most of the music kind of leans on the darker side, but
Yeah,
I don't want to say too depressingly, but
yeah. Again, it's not intentional, is it?
no,
don't
it just happens. I don't really know why.
Yeah, well, it's the shoe fits, right? Like, yeah.
There we go. There's not really a lot to say about it.
No,
is there?
there's
It's
not
just,
really.
just
I feel like I don't explain it.
need to open up to us more, son.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what the lyrics are for, no?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Daryl has commented in saying he's looking forward to hearing Sadko and the awesome regional. Thank you very much, Daryl. Appreciate that. Daryl is a sound engineer. He works for a label that we got in touch with recently. So hopefully he'll be down on the night. You'll meet him. He's a really nice chap. There's a really good bunch of guys there. So far, they've had us up and down the country a few times, which has been, well, actually, we had our first one recently, and we'll be back up there in July. That's in North Devon. They're a really good bunch of guys, so hopefully you'll meet them and get on with them quite well. Yeah, cool. So we've got a few more sort of music-related questions, and anyone watching, feel free to post a question down for Sadko or for us. We're easy. Before that, though, I did have an icebreaker question I completely forgot to ask as we had to come in. Why break the ice when you can go straight through and drown? Yeah, so, well, first of all, have we all got a drink this evening? Are we all having a few drinks? Yeah, what have we all got in our hands? What we got?
I'm on, what am I on? Red Red Rum I'm on.
Nice.
I'm just on the Pepsi.
Pepsi, yes, the OG. Aaron, what you got this evening, mate?
Only the best.
I've never
Did he
seen
have-
you drink that before.
Yeah.
It's such a surprise.
Surely, are you not sick of that?
Just the pop out, you know. Nah, it's possible, mate.
You've just been to like, wasn't that like all you're drinking in Spain?
Yep.
Oh,
It's Estrella over there. It's brilliant.
is it?
Australia,
Oh.
yeah.
Mm.
Tell me you at least had some sangria, though.
I had one glass.
One glass? They come in jugs, Aaron. Like...
Red wine and beer. You know?
Yeah.
Not a good mix.
Mm. Depends if you can feel it or not, I guess.
Yeah.
Callum, what are you drinking this evening, mate?
I got. Well, it's all reverse.
Brewdog.
Brewdog.
Okay.
Yuzi Hey
Yeah.
Lazy Jane.
I mean, for us, it's the right way round. So,
Oh yeah, for me. Yeah, my eyes are backwards. I forgot.
Nice. Yeah, I was going to be on the Jack Daniels this evening, but I ran out, so I brought in the backup, and I'm on the Jim Beam Honey, which is almost as good, to be honest.
It's Jim Beam.
Jim Beam, yep.
But,
Not
not their
yep.
N.
Not
Yeah,
Mr.
well,
Jim
I'll get it
Beam.
right next time.
Common
okay?
misconception.
Brilliant stuff. All right, so I think in a little while, if you guys are game, we can do sort of a few kind of weirder questions. We have a game that we played before with the Capulus guys who were on the last live stream, and that's
Okay.
called The Shame of Life, and it's pretty good. You'll get to know each other pretty quickly with that one.
Very strangely as well.
Yeah, it's a good one. There's some good questions in there. But yeah, that can open us up to a few drinking games possibly, if we're all feeling it. But before that, so I think I've got a few more questions for you. So obviously you guys have been playing live quite a bit in your hometown. I think we had a little chat before going live. You haven't quite yet made it out of Weymouth, is that right?
This is our first gig out of Weymouth.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, glad to pop that cherry for you.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good show, man. Bournemouth's got a good rock scene coming up. There's a really good heavy metal scene down there as well. So if you're into that kind of stuff, there's plenty of shows going on. The Anvil that we're playing at is pretty well the home for that, especially sort of the more upcoming bands that you might not have heard of yet. But I think a lot of people go down to these shows expecting to hear something completely new. And that's something we discussed before as well. I don't know if you guys agree, but upcoming bands that haven't sort of cut their teeth in yet, they haven't really found themselves yet, are the ones who are going to play some of the better shows because they're really trying to prove themselves. And I think that's what we hope you guys will do anyway. So, yeah.
Well, most definitely, we always try to give it
Yeah.
100%, don't we?
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's a hard, it's a hard kind of world to get your music out at the moment,
God,
especially
yeah.
so many bands trying to get through, and there's mainstream things like BBC introducing and stuff like that, but there's very, like I said, mainstream.
Mm.
A lot of stuff just gets ignored.
Absolutely. I mean, the tools are definitely much better than they've ever been, but just the amount of volume going through them, I think, is ridiculous. It's so difficult to be noticed among a sea of musicians, isn't it?
Yeah, you got it.
But yeah, again, the more we gig. So sorry. Yeah, so again, looking forward to having you down. But on the theme of sort of previous shows and stuff, have you had like a standout moment for yourselves yet that you've just particularly enjoyed or that just really stood out to you in memory?
Probably our most recent Finns gig, I reckon.
But do you remember that woman at the Belvedere?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she was like an ex-English teacher or something.
Yeah.
And she was, God knows what she was on, but she was doing some dancing moves I've never seen in my life.
Nice.
Like coming up on stage and whispering in our ear all these like, he was like telling us to like play our own music.
And we were playing our own
And we
music.
were like, pissing off. And like telling us to look at each other in the eye when we're playing, and we're like, we don't. It was a weird,
Yeah, weird.
very strange. But I think all the strange things always seem to stand out. especially when you have a drink or two, sometimes gigs just kind of go so quick.
Absolutely, yeah. They fly by, don't they? I mean, it's all sort of waiting for the show to happen. I find is like the longest period of time you'll ever live, and then you get on stage and you blink and it's over. You're like, well, it's a bit surreal, isn't it?
Sweaty and you're drunk sometimes. Most of the time.
I'm always amazed the amount of people that want to come up to you and meet you directly after you come off of a sweaty, hot stage. They're brave, man. They're real brave. You know, there's no deodorant on that stage.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Well, that's great. Again, I think it's going to be good fun having you guys down. Are you guys are staying out after the show as well for a while?
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll have to definitely get some rounds in, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think also the guys. So initially we had who were fans of the Dodo. They're now Bitter Kisses. We did have them, however, unfortunately due to some personal issues, they've had to pull out of the show. But we've luckily managed to pull in quite quickly a local band called Day of the Red Sun. So big shout out to those guys. They'll be staying out with us all as well, hopefully. So what I'm hoping is we can make a bit of a scene. And lots of people we can get involved with, chat with absolutely everyone in the room, and just everyone's just hopefully going to get absolutely wrecked. I think that's the main target of the night.
Yeah, get to celebrate the old Blighty.
Yeah. Oh, of course, yeah. We got the Jubilee weekend.
Jubilee
as well.
weekend.
That means something to some people. So,
Party.
I mean, I don't mind. It's all right.
And it's sevens as well, which means there won't be any
Sevens.
normies. There's no normies about.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a very specific group, I imagine.
Yeah.
Anyone watching right now who's coming down, you know who you are. You're weird. It's going to be a good night. It's going to be a good night. Hopefully, we'll have some news stories by the end of it.
There's always one.
You got to be that
always-
weirdo in the crowd we were just talking about, you know.
Yeah,
Barry. We need to
have a
enlighten
theory.
them on the Barry.
There's a
Our
that's your
theory of
domain,
the
my
Barry.
guy.
Oh my god. Right, so it's always at like every gig or something you play, there's always just one person who is like way over the top. You know, they're always like way too drunk or whatever, and they're always like really friendly with absolutely everyone. Like trying to get them to dance. Simon's crash. We carry on. Anyway, this type of person we've like deemed as being called like a Barry, basically. And it's like the one, yeah, they're always called Barry.
Trying
It
to get
doesn't
the
matter.
kick going, you know.
It doesn't matter.
A
A Barry, yeah. What's happened to Simon's Discord?
Looks like he's fallen off the chair.
Yeah.
Right.
Put on his rig.
We need a moment of silence for Simon.
He's
Peace, Simon.
he's gone.
Will he ever come back?
What a weird frame to cause.
Just fallen asleep. He's gone. So, guys, what's your favourite place you've played in Weymouth?
Favourite place, eh?
Or
To gig in.
Sorry, you broke up a bit there, I think.
I like to gig in, like a
Yeah.
venue.
Yeah.
I was very like
Well, I suppose, yeah. Like,
Simon's choice. Mainly Fins, which is more predominantly kind of heavier kind of music,
rock.
isn't it? Rock, heavy rock. And the Belvedere, which is just a pub.
But they're really cool.
But they have like live music every day pretty much, really.
Yeah, so like,
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday all the way through. And they do a lot of jam sessions and stuff. They're really good for live music.
pretty good.
Yeah, we love playing in them.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's all
I do love the pub scene because, like you're saying, they'll just have any old band in it, and there's always something for everybody. So I feel like that's definitely if you have a pub near you that plays music, go check it out. You'll have a great time.
Like, you know, walking up with friends and supporting your pub even, because pubs recently. So
Yeah. No, he's back. He's back. He's made it.
Simon, did you pull your like power cable out?
Nah, much worse. Blue screened
Oh,
for a moment there. I thought it was all over. Yeah, I
You
turned
should've-
on my space heater, which caused the blue screen of death. Worked that one out.
Hour.
It's all new to me, man. I
You
don't know.
should have seen the freeze frame it left you on.
Was it bad?
It looked like you've just fallen off your chair and then like pulled the power cable out or something, or like you just kicked your computer over.
Well, that's got to be the thumbnail, hasn't it? Really.
How many good
Brilliant.
memes take you to destroy? Your...
It got me good, yeah. Oh no, Microsoft Teams is opening and everything. It's all popping off now.
Yeah, Discord's out
Oh
of nowhere.
no.
Steam's downloading games.
As you can say, we run a very professional outfit here. Everything's done properly, and it's not on a budget, no. Right, I'm all back up and running.
The day is
So
saved.
I think
the
day
day
is
is
saved.
saved. Yes.
day is saved. So yeah. So I got again another few musical questions for you. Both of you each individually. What I'd like to know is a bit about how you sort of first got into music, what made you want to play the instrument you play, and what inspired you to, write music and become musicians, because it's tough.
Do you want to go first now?
You can go first.
Okay, so I first started actually on guitar when I was kind of left school, really. So I was about 16. I got, like I said, I'm really into kind of indie music, little bit of like Britpop. But at the time I was really into the Libertines, like Pete Doherty and Carl Barrett, and listening to their music. It was like I just really wanted to play some riffs in those songs, and that's what got me into guitar. And then I feel like as I've been playing guitar more, I've almost come away from that kind of music and expanded on other things. But that was almost like what kind of started me to get into music. And really, when I met Sam was when I kind of wanted to drop back onto bass kind of thing and just explore that, because it's a bit groovier, I find. Even as a basic bass line, it's just from so in a few years I've been in like cover bands playing electric guitar, so it was a big difference for me to drop down to bass. But I find like I enjoy it more because it's not so prominent and you can have a bit more fun with it. I think that's
Gives
why.
you a lot of room to perform, I guess, as well. If you find the song more comfortable as well, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of gelled well, I think, because I met Sam and obviously I was playing guitar at the time and I was like, let's have it on bass, and we just kind of clicked, didn't we, really? It
Clicked
worked quite well, but that's kind of my route of where kind of got into the music and playing my instruments.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I actually started playing guitar quite late. I'm 28 now, but I started playing when I was 21 and halfway through uni. Just sort of really got into like the Beatles quite a lot. And that kind of made me start playing guitar and just like kind of acoustic music, like kind of Jake Berg and Johnny Cash and stuff like that. So that was where I kind of started, and obviously honestly the progression from there is getting an electric guitar, then you buy distortion pedals.
The natural progression.
It just gets louder and louder. So that's where I am now. But like in uni time, after about playing guitar for about a year, I just tried writing my own songs, and that was pretty much all I did after that. I kind of just left, leaving learning other people's songs behind and stuff, and just only kind of did that because I felt like
the opposite to me, basically.
Yeah, well, I felt I wasn't really good enough as a singer and stuff to play other people's songs. I thought just do what any way I can make something of it is if I write my own songs and stuff, and
create your
it
own
becomes
sound
yeah, exactly. It becomes quite addictive, doesn't it? I think when you start finding, especially when you start finding your niche, your own sort of like sonic identity, and it gets quite addictive just wanting to write more and more and create more and more of something that has never existed before.
Definitely, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, right there, Callum. What's going on?
Someone said you look like a squeeb.
A squeeb?
Yes.
Hopefully not us.
Oh, you mean Stevie, right?
No.
I hope.
No. He
Okay,
says Simon looked like a squeeb.
So all I can find so far is a mountain bike called a squeeb. I think he means Steve because Steve's video gaming name is Squeeben, isn't
Steve, Alan.
it? Alan.
That was a good one, wasn't it?
Have you guys been to Download Festival before?
No.
Always wanted to go, never been.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do it.
Save up
Gotta
your
go.
pennies. You got to do it. It's a hell of an experience.
Bloodstock.
I do want to do Bloodstock, but I feel like Download's a good place to start. You know,
Because
it's the best place to start.
Or mild, I guess. Well,
Yeah, it's kind of there's something for everyone there, so you can get a good big group going.
nice. Yeah.
And on top of that, it's the scale of it's pretty. I think that's something in itself to take in. When I first went and I walked into the stadium area, I was just sort of, fuck, that's massive amount of people that are just there for one band, you know, and you know everyone there because it's like, you know, it's the rock and metal niche. Everyone's pretty well there for the same reason, so you can literally just speak to anyone and they'll have a full-on conversation with you about any band. It's mad.
anything really, yeah.
Yeah. Also, yeah.
It depends. It depends where you are, but some people will talk a little bit too much about too many things a lot of the time.
Yes. Absolutely, they do that. Yeah.
That's slack.
Me, then that's your night, yeah.
Definitely have to do that. Do some sort of festival. Yeah.
Yeah, hands down. It's worth doing it. Get a good sized camp together and go to Blue Camp. It's where all the crazy shit happens. So, and it gets pretty weird.
It's where the diehard people are, isn't it? Because that's anyone who's in Blue Camp has been at the Download like on the day at like 5 a.m. basically and queued up to get there. And
yeah, that is I mean, we used to do it. So we'd leave at like 12 midnight the day before, and we'd get there about sort of 4-5 a.m. and then we'd like have a nap, and then the car park opens. We'd have another nap, and then then the drinks start. I say we as in the driver had a nap.
Yeah.
Everyone else was already fucked. So, but yeah, that's to be fair, the queue at Download, as much as it sounds awful going up and queuing, because it's meant to open. I think is it 10 or is it midday? They're meant to open it.
Yeah, they always open it way earlier.
It always opens several hours early anyway. But the queue itself is there's already normally several thousand people there. Camping chairs are out. You know, everyone's got their shit mixers in their 2-liter bottles and everything, and everyone is wrecked. So by the time people get to setting up tents, it's like it's an interesting one there. I've seen tents made out of beer cans.
Wow.
There's always one guy going around who looks like Gandalf, and he's got like I saw him one year. He made like a throne out of beer cans. That was fantastic. That fair dues, man. Like, and that was day one, you know. So that guy could drink. Yeah, definitely do Download.
Brought him from home, probably.
Yeah, I reckon he brings it every year. You know, it's a scam.
It's worth it. Just take the Download with it.
Yeah, literally. Mind you, the amount of drinks you go through in a day at Download, I suppose. Yeah, you could probably do it in a day. Yeah, it's a weird economy of drinking because you sort of get up quite early. Obviously, the sun wakes you up, and if you've not been too messed up the night before, or that one Russian thing that goes over, that one jet that's like shakes the world. You're like, oh god, I've had that wake me up in a nightmare before. That was, yeah, that was heavy going. But yeah, you know, speaking of like festivals and stuff, what do you reckon? Again, both of you individually, your favorite show that you've gone to see has been?
God, you go first, man.
Well, mine was quite recently, probably. Have you heard of the band called The Witches?
The Witches, I've heard of them. I've not listened to them.
Yeah. Well, we went and saw them.
WY, yeah.
Well, me and my girlfriend went and saw them in Moles in Bath recently, and I've been dying to see them for ages. But they're like a massive influence on me and stuff, so that was like insane for me to go see them. So I had to put that up there as my favourite show I've been to be honest.
Nice. Yeah, I'll check them out after the stream, I think. And yourself, Ollie?
Mine's taking it back to like the late 90s. Not that the show was in the 90s, but the band. So you'll probably know the song "Place Your Hands" by Reef. I recently, last month I saw the band Reef in Southampton Engine Rooms.
Oh
Great.
wow, yeah.
If you've ever been there, it's a sick venue. Literally a warehouse, like reverb's insane. The guitarist from Reef, I didn't actually realise until I saw him last month. He's the son of Ronnie Wood from Rolling Stones.
Oh,
Never
wow.
knew. But as a band, like, just insane live. Like, yeah, just the presence, and like as a front man, he just gets involved with the crowd, and yeah, that's just really just not something I'd probably listen to regularly, but I'd always like to go and listen to bands and just admire what they're doing. But for a live show, I'd probably put that up there with one of like the best, kind of live shows I've been to, just because of the
that's
whole
awesome.
experience. Yeah, definitely, yeah.
That's great as well when the band, any artist actually, when they get really involved with the crowd, I think that's a massive selling point. I don't know about you guys. When I go to shows, I spend a lot of time now. I like to be more toward the back, watching it as like a whole show, and I'm sort of like analyzing it a little bit, and that's the musician coming out, right? That's you're like, oh, what can I take from this that might be useful on stage? But when a band is that good that like drags you in, and you just completely forget about that. For me, that's massive. That.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm like you say, like I try to admire it in all forms while I can, but then I'll probably get one or too many drinks down, and I'm just at the front and I'm just vibing. Do you know what I mean?
Damn right. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's me. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was it. We went to see. I don't know if you guys listened to Ailstorm. That
I heard of them.
if you don't know Ailstorm, they've got a right niche. They do. They're Scottish pirate metal, but their live show is something else. It's so good.
It's so funny. Everyone's drunk and they're just pirate metal. It's brilliant.
Yeah, and a lot of people dress up for it as well. So like we were all dressed as pirates, and we got very drunk on the train. That was another Southampton show. So by the time we got there, we were already done. But like, that's what you want for that kind of show. Again, the kind of band that play Download a lot that you'd want to check out there.
Everyone's super goofy as well at that show, weren't they? Everyone's dressed as pirates, just having a great time.
It is mad. There's a lot of like, and you can see people's personality in the way they've dressed up as a pirate as well. Like, there's some people who take it really seriously, or there's the few guys who are like, their hair's starting to go grey, but they've unbuttoned like 4 buttons on their shirt, and they're dressed as Captain Hook, and you're like, how's that working? Yeah, there's a few of them there.
That reminds me of Belvedere.
Yeah,
we got a pub I mentioned earlier called the Belvedere in Wales, and like I said, it's very good for live music in our area, because they have music Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, whether it be a cover band or originals or just like a jam session. But out the pub, they've got like this hall that they rent out, and it's basically they converted it into like a medieval hall. So it's got a big long table down the centre of it, big candles like burning on either side of the walls, and a big bar running down the wall, and people just like have pirate days in this hall. So whenever you're there, there's people obviously listening to your band and doing all that, but at the same time you've got like pirates walking in and out, and it's quite funny. You get like
that's so good,
wearing like tie-dye pirate costumes and all sorts of stuff. It's quite funny.
Oh, we're gonna have to get a show there, aren't we? That sounds brilliant.
Yeah, definitely.
Check them out. Yeah, that'd be great. So, have you guys got any shows coming up in your local area soon?
Oh, not locally.
Trying to organise some, but
next Friday.
That's day after.
Is it Saturday? Saturday. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So we're actually next weekend as well. We're playing down Yeovil. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Which venue are you playing at?
Railway Hotel.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, the bar stuff there is super awesome. We got some good stories about the Railway.
Oh,
it's a cracking venue. Yeah, you'll play and you'll have a story. Yeah, so you're backstage.
I think, funnily enough, that's where the Barry story originated.
It is.
Yeah. So you're backstage there as a skittle alley, and it's very fun. But yeah, so we played there. I think, was it the Christmas show? And there was like two guys there who were just like absolutely off their nut. They were way too drunk, and they were acting up basically.
A very friendly
And
drunk, though.
yeah, they got beyond that. They got a bit rough, and then so we're on stage. We're playing. I think our song "Smoke It Away." So I'm about to and I think I'm mid introduction of the band, isn't it? So we introduced the band during that song, and we're going through that process and you know having a bit of a play on with the crowd and everything, and then suddenly like the barman comes through. Holding this guy like by the neck, dragging him outside. We're like, what? And so these guys, he just took him outside. But this barman, like, he's not particularly big, he's not particularly tall or anything, but he's hard, man. You wouldn't mess with him. But yeah, they're a good bunch. And these guys are just like dragged outside. I was like, we kept playing obviously, and we sort of like had a bit of a laugh about it. But I think half the crowd unfortunately left the room to go and see what was going on outside. And yeah. Yeah, apparently they'd smashed some glasses in the toilet and tried to start a fight. I was like, what the hell? Yeah.
Is that Barry? Is that where Barry or
they were?
It was going to be Barry's story, but it wasn't.
Yeah, they moved beyond Barry. The Barry of the night was because Barry's are pretty harmless, right?
He's a gentle soul.
Gentle. They're too drunk and they're too invested. That's like two of the key points of a Barry. And no, these guys weren't Barrys. They were just dickheads. Yeah, I'm glad they were kicked out. They were acting up. But Barry's, you'll meet Barry's at the Oval. There's always a Barry.
Simon, I think you're gonna have to like make a Barry of the night at the end of the show.
Yeah. Give him an award, you know, like.
So yeah, you win a signed CD from both bands. You can be the best Barry.
Yeah. Well, we did. So I'm gonna let you take this one in a moment, Aaron. But we played a show. So we're part of a heavy weekend of festival over Christmas with Drallion, who were headlining, and they organised the whole show. Again, big shout out to Drallion. Hopefully, we'll have them on at some point. They're worth a chat. There's 6 of them, so this is going to be an interesting format. But yeah, so we were playing a show there, and the Barry of the weekend took quite a liking to Aaron, I think. Yeah, wouldn't leave you alone, would he, buddy?
What it was is we were watching the other bands, and obviously, like as we do at shows and that, and he comes over, he's like dancing with everybody and that, and I sort of said, we're not dancers, everyone sort of stood together and enjoyed the music and that. And I think because, you know, that it's that awful mistake you make where you make eye contact with someone. They just
in general, you know. Like...
It was just the funniest thing was, though, was one of the bands on before us. They were playing their show, whatever. And this guy was having a great time. He was just sort of in the front of the stage, just boogieing away like he does. And the band goes, right, you there, you're going to play the last note of our song. Like, sort of holds the chord and goes, strum the thing. And this poor bastard can't even strum the guitar.
That's funny.
That was the Barry.
He was so far gone. He kept...
Azza.
Every time he had like a little routine, a little dance routine, and bear in mind this is like pretty heavy music, you know. Yeah. It's like kind of like if you think Killswitch Engage, like quite screamy, then like big melody-driven choruses. But he's just like dancing away, bopping away, doing like all the the boomer dances. But he had this routine where he'd always just come back into the crowd and then just grab Aaron and just bring him with him.
It's like headbang together.
Yeah. It's because he did it once, Aaron.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's what it was.
You made a Barry for life.
Yeah, he was Barry. So lesson 1 with Barrys: don't dance with a Barry because they won't stop.
God.
Oh God. So I'll go back to some questions that we had written down and some that we had submitted from, I think it was Instagram. So outside of music, again, individually, both of you guys, what other interests have you got? What other hobbies have you got?
Do you want to go first?
Probably skateboarding for me. Skateboarding is probably something. Well, I did more when I was younger, but I'm always trying to get back into it and go through phases of getting back into it and out of it again. But skateboarding's probably my other biggest hobby outside of music, to be honest.
Nice.
Yeah.
You'll get on well with Stevie. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't skate for shit. I end up on my back. You'll be teach me. I do a lot of airsofting. I don't know if you guys heard of airsoft.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Again, you'll get on with Stevie.
Yeah. It's
He
Stevie's
loves
perfect
airsoft as
band.
well, yeah. We used
Base
to-
local to us, so I go there every couple of weekends and
Nice.
get a few friends and have a bit of fun.
Get sh-
Painful though, very painful.
Yeah, I bet you got a lot of bruises at all times, right?
I got shot in the mouth a few weeks back. That hurt. Like
Ooh.
lips and teeth.
Awful.
Luckily they're shit, but the
Yeah.
lips a fair bit.
That's brutal though, that.
I've always wondered. I've been paintballing, but never airsoft. How
Hmm.
does it compare in terms of being shot? Is it quite?
So I don't know. Like if you're wearing like like a plate carrier, like body armor, it's almost it just ticks off of the body armor. But as soon as it's on skin or like a thin piece of material, probably airsoft's worse pain wise than paintball, just because it's like a finer projectile. I think it's more piercing.
They're picking it out with a set of tweezers afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, and the bad thing is with airsoft as well. Like, there's a new thing that's been introduced like last couple of years. It's called HPA, and it's like basically gas powered rifles. So you can crank them up and down to the power you want, really. So you get holes like cranking it right up, and it could probably shoot through you if they wanted it to.
Oh,
So,
shit. That's brutal.
But yeah, I kiss the missus goodbye every time I go, just in case.
It's one of those guys comes up. Yeah.
Good laugh.
I've always wondered this actually about airsoft. Do you guys like look down on paintballing?
Oh, not at all. Mate. It's airsoft more tactical. There's a lot more kind of thought that goes into the game because of I don't know. A lot of the people that go are like ex-forces, and
Yeah.
they still like what they did in the forces, and they just kind of want to carry that going. Their tactics and whatnot.
It's a good rush, keeps your mind going, I guess. Yeah.
And also, there's a lot of stags that come and go. Like it's
Yeah.
great stag party. Like amazing.
I bet they become pure victims.
Like I remember one game I played, and it was in a quarry, like an abandoned quarry, and there was this old caravan they had that they used to use for like their reception kind of thing. They had it in the middle of the quarry, and the stag of the day. The game was he was in the caravan, and you literally just unleash everything on this caravan. So pyrotechnics, smoke grenades, people going over the windows spraying. Like he came out literally as one big welt.
He came out.
Yeah.
At his wedding, he probably looked a bit red and bruised, but yeah,
Yeah.
definitely recommend it.
I've seen a few things similar to that when I've gone paintballing in the past. For example, like they did. I can't remember which one it was. It was like camouflage or something, and they had the stag. He had to do. I think it was called Chicken Run. So there's like a valley, and we'd line up. The two teams would line up on each side of the valley, and basically he had to run through the middle, and we had to hit him as much as possible. But he had to run through in his underwear, so you could like see every paintball hit him. It was so this poor guy. Like you think wedding's going to be in the next few days.
Oh dear.
It's savage. I don't know why people do it to themselves, but I also really enjoy seeing it happen.
Maybe not so much after.
Yeah, no. I did do paintballing back at school, and that was I a cocky teenager. I sort of ran in doing a search and destroy kind of thing. So running in with the bomb into this kind of covered area where you had to sort of like plant the bomb or whatever. They were all in there and just panic fired, blind fired straight at me. I came out like I didn't know you could bleed from paintballs, but yeah, that was rough. I was like less than a meter range and stuff. It was horrible.
Nice.
But it would be pretty cool to do like I was thinking about this recently. We want to get some kind of events going between bands, and like a band v band paintball would be. I think airsoft might be too serious for a lot of people, but paintballs they're like, yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, I'm not the type of person that you get these people that are like 100% airsoft, and they're like, no, I hate paintball.
Yeah.
It's just fun. I don't take it seriously. Just a bit of fun.
Well, we'll write you down for that one. We'll
Yeah.
be in contact on that one at some point. I think that would be a bit of a laugh if you guys are up for it.
You're going down there, you know that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Mind you, Stevie's he's pretty try hard. Like, I've played a bit of Call of Duty. I'm a veteran of the Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, so I know some shit.
You need Tarkov. He's got that Tarkov training.
Oh, Tarkov is fantastic. Have you ever played Escape from Tarkov?
I've heard a lot about it. Never played it though. I heard
it's good. It's very try hard, but it's very good.
It's not. It's horrible. It's an absolute horrible experience, but it's amazing.
It's really realistic, like in terms of like
it is
and
too realistic.
Yeah.
You get shot in the leg, you're limping.
Yeah, you're limping for like the rest, and you have to like limp your way out or just bleed out and die. When you're like,
yeah,
nice.
But for some reason, it's just.
I mean, you just go straight back in. Yeah, I'll do it again.
Yeah, it's like, what if we just went again?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get good at it, it's really good though, because you get the people who come in fresh, and you're like, food. Yeah, that's a good one. Worth checking out. That. So I think I had one more question that was written down. So I've just got to find it. That's all.
I've got a question.
Go for it.
It's a very important question. How do you make your like tea? Like a cup of tea?
How do you make yours, Sam? I don't know actually.
I think it says a lot about a person. You know, are you like milk first? Keep the bag in, then with the milk.
Who's milk first?
There's someone I work with does milk first.
She's first coffee.
Milk first coffee?
Because you put the coffee granules in first.
Yeah, I guess.
The water.
Yeah, do that.
Is that right? Do you guys do that?
I don't.
I think that's the way to do it, because when you just pour the obviously boiling water straight on the coffee beans, it scorches them, and people say it tastes bitter. But personally, I like the taste of that, so that's what I would. Then add the milk. So.
See, I just don't have milk in tea or coffee, so I kind of shouldn't really have a place in this debate at all. Actually, on mute.
For tea, it's the tea bag. I go normally about 2/3 of water, brew for a good 2 minutes, and then tea bag out, milk.
Yeah.
Do you give it a little dunk? You got to give it a little corner of the bag dunk, you know.
Against the side, yeah.
The tea bag. Half sugar. I
two.
I have enough sugar during the weekends when I'm drinking rum and coke, so I try to cut down.
Yeah, it's hard to, isn't it? I must admit, I go for a sugar with like a black coffee, but tea I'm kind of more used to now, so it's just straight up tea.
I just have salt to counteract it, you know.
I quite like. Go on, sorry.
Black coffee is just. It seems like I don't know. Like I go to I think I mentioned to you earlier. I start work at like 5:30, so and people straight off the bat at 5:30 like black coffee, and I feel like that's like me getting out of bed and just like opening a can of Monster. I don't think I could do that. It's just like
I do. Black coffee's kind of like a late morning thing. I can't do it straight away because it is a shock to the system. I got into all this kind of like G Sups and G Fuel stuff lately, so I quite like that. It's like a multivitamin drink, but it's just stuffed full of caffeine as well, and it's like that 0 calorie or 15 calorie stuff. So I recommend that actually to anyone who needs an alternative to coffee, which does give you come downs quite severely, to be honest. If I don't have coffee, like because I don't have it so much now, but when I used to drink a lot of coffee, it was like if I didn't have it for a day, it's just headaches all day, which isn't ideal.
Yeah.
So
when you first started that drink, did that like mess with you a little when you first started it?
No, it's like the cleanest. I don't want to say high, but the cleanest high I had. But yeah, no, it's like having coffee, but instead of you know with coffee you get like a really hard hit of energy, and that's kind of it for the next hour or two, and then it's like instead of that you get more of a balanced sort of stream of energy. I find from these like G Sups is the one I go for. It's really good, and the flavors are just great. We're not sponsored, but I want to be. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
It's really nice. Like I'm gonna do a fresh order soon, Callum. I'm gonna get the cold ones flavors. They do strawberry daiquiri and what's the other one?
Vodka.
Just have a strawberry
It's just vodka
Strawberry
flavor.
daiquiri. Vodka flavors. As if. How good would that be? Like,
See,
yeah, it's real alcohol. Yeah.
See, my issue is with black or white. Oh yeah, black or coffee or tea or anything like that. Is I make it, I put it down. By the time it's cooled down, I've forgotten about it, wandered off, and come back and it's stone cold. I got to have some milk.
I
and
never
cool
do.
it down so you can drink it straight away.
Which
Never.
one of you drinks it cold? There's got to be one
Cold.
of you.
Not intentionally. Never intentionally.
No, never intentionally.
You-
I can't pour a tea down the sink.
Ah, that's a madman.
Blasphemy.
I've got a microwave. I'll just do how the Americans do.
Drink it.
I made a discovery recently that like America and most of Europe don't have electric kettles, and apparently this is like a really English thing that no one else has done. Like we're the only ones not living in the Dark Ages. What's going on there?
So they're like boiling water. Like,
They boil it. They literally boil
Just
it.
boil it, yeah.
Yeah, in like a pot or whatever. That's insane.
Like we even have it at like travel lodges, like as a standard thing.
Yeah.
There'd be absolute outrage if I went to like Haven or somewhere and there wasn't.
I'd take right.
That's what I mean.
Wasn't
Or
a
you,
kettle.
or you go to
I'd be-
work and there's no kettle in the staff room.
Yeah.
Imagine that. What
There
are you
would
supposed
be
to do?
riots.
I'd be like Karen. What you mentioned earlier about Barry, as a male Karen, I say Karen. So
Yeah, the Karens.
Yeah.
I just find that works for a male Karen, a Darren.
The Darrens.
Yeah.
It's or Dazza, you know.
Or a Dazza.
Yeah.
Dazza, like, you know, your Barry, your Bazza.
Baz is good.
So I just looked it up, right, and it's saying in 1925, half of all homes in the US had electric power. It's been nearly 100 years, and they've still not got electric kettles. What is going on in America?
Single-use appliance. What's the point?
You know they're called as well. Hot water device.
Yeah. What's a
Really-
hot warming device?
Like people, sidewalk, kettle, hot water device.
Water device.
Right, it is.
What water?
You know what? I listen to a lot of podcasts with Americans, and they're always saying things like, "Oh, we improved it. We improved it." Like they say about the English language, the reason there's a disparity is they've improved it. I don't get where. I don't see it.
Yeah,
I
they
don't see
say
it at all.
It's already perfect.
they
Well,
They
they
say-
didn't start calling it the American language, did they? So I'm not sure. I'm a bit
Yeah.
confused.
they have a different word for ass. It's our word for a woman's genitals, which I think is
Yeah,
funny.
that
I
one
wish,
weirds me
I
out.
wish we could say that and get away with it because it's so much funnier.
What? Fanny pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird one, isn't it? Like, surely it was lost in translation at some point.
Probably.
You know, from English to English.
It's a big pond they have to go across.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, things get forgotten on the way there, I guess. So I have got. I'll wait for Ollie to come back actually, but I just want a quick question about some of the band's music that I had asked on one of the Instagram story things. Slowly getting the hang of Instagram. We we don't really use it that much, but we're looking to try and push that a bit more. Where are you guys focusing a lot of your efforts at the moment? Where's best for the people watching to check you out?
Or check out our music online wise. What do you mean?
Yeah, or follow you for socials, keep up to date with the band.
Probably just Instagram and Facebook, and yeah, that's the main two. Spotify, always a Spotify, but
Yeah.
just we're quite basic. Just those basic few, to be honest.
I think it's fair to say, sort of people outside of the industry they don't see it. They probably click on a song or whatever and they'll listen to it, but I don't think they realize how important it is at the moment, especially to get band Spotify listens.
Yeah.
That's something that we found a lot. Like management will look at, labels will be interested in those Spotify figures. So for the guys listening, those bands that you're supporting that are local, that are smaller, that aren't quite up there yet, put them on your playlists if you can. Even if you haven't, you might just not have thought to have done it yet. But if you can, put them on your playlist, man, because that helps them so much. And you never know, they might be the next big thing in 20 years, and you'll have grandparent stories in the future. Yeah, Spotify is definitely an important one.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of the questions I had asked was, so is there a particular, like a favorite moment or favorite lyric or favorite part or instrumentation from one of your songs that just particularly stands out to you?
Hard one, isn't it?
Well, I would.
It's like choosing a favorite child, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, probably for me, like musical wise, it's probably the Bleach to Freak solo, because I feel like that's where, as soon as I sort of came up with that solo, like I kind of started making other songs have similar solos, because I just feel like that was such our sound, this kind of weird melody driven, messy, distorted guitar tone.
Just raw, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think
it's just a bit wild sounding.
Yeah.
And I just feel like from then I just felt like just pushed something, especially in the solo section of lead guitar and stuff. I felt like that was like a really important, because I'd never really written a solo like that. It was kind of not so bluesy and normal. It was a bit just wild and just full of
lots of sounds and feel. I know the solo you're talking about. I really like that song, but I think that's my favorite song that I've listened to of your guys. Bleach the Freak. I'm looking forward to seeing that live. Yeah, that's awesome. What about yourself, Ollie?
Yeah, now that you've really said that, I kind of, probably guitar-wise, I agree with you. That's kind of it opens that song quite a lot.
Yeah,
quite a lot.
That was like a pivotal moment there.
Yeah. But I have to say, there's quite a few tracks that we haven't actually got recorded, but we'll be playing a few of them at the gig, and hope to get them out soon. Really, we start getting recording again, and but there's I really like one of the first songs me and Sam actually started jamming out when we first met. Was the first demo you sent me. Walk Away.
I'll Walk Away.
Yeah,
okay.
I just like the way the bass and the guitar kind of come together, and we might even play that one at the gig, possibly. Yeah, and you might hear it for yourself, maybe. But it's
fingers crossed. Yeah,
it's just the way the bass and the guitar work together. It's just, I'm sure you guys have many songs where you just kind of some like the riffs gel together in and out, but sometimes like that. Sometimes riffs and stuff are completely separate, and their own entity, and they're just aiding the drums and the vocals. But then you get these songs that just everything kind of comes together, and it works that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's hard to explain, isn't it, in sort of non-musical terms, but I totally get what you mean there. Yeah, definitely. Do you know what? We'll pass this one round, as we've not really done this question in a long time. So Callum, I guess with our stuff, have you got a favorite sort of? I guess probably from the new. Well, no, any favorite lyric or instrumental section, or just any of the songs we've worked on recently or that we've played before that just stands out to you at the moment.
That one bit in that demo we did, where you went "Wisdom," and it was really loud.
Oh yeah,
that was really funny.
Oh yeah, that's
you hadn't mixed.
Killer backing vocal. Right
he did a backing vocal, hadn't mixed it properly, so like the song was like that. When his backing vocal just went "Wisdom," and then it leveled back out again.
Yeah,
but realistically,
that's Ministry, isn't it?
Yeah, Ministry. And then,
yeah, we've not played that well. We've played it once before, but we'll be playing it for the first time.
Bournemouth crowd.
Yeah, that'll be on the 3rd. That's a brand new track. That's gonna be. It's such a weird song. It sounds I can't remember who it was. Someone described it as it sounds like a ritual. So I'm like, okay, we'll take that. I think.
A good one.
Yeah. What about you, Aaron? At the moment,
I don't know. I do love the old Bedlam breakdown.
Oh yeah.
Good fun,
A circle pit right there.
Yeah, but for a drum sort of perspective, yeah, it's that definitely.
Especially, we did a bit of work on that track leading up to these few shows that we've had recently, and the new ending for that is pretty cool. But that middle 8, you added that crazy long fill in there. I think that works so well, and somehow it just ties in. I think, like what you were saying before, Ollie, about the bass and the guitar tying together. There's a moment in this where it's essentially a guitar solo without it being a solo. It's more like just mental riffs, right? But the drums and the guitar, just for this one fill, it's about 2 bars long. It just ties together perfectly. It's pretty good. I like that bit. I think again. Go on, sorry.
So yeah, I'll play that one again, definitely.
Yeah, I think so. And if you've not checked out the music video for that one, check out the music video for Bedlam, because Doriana Ray, she worked on that, and it's fantastic, and it's an insane production, especially for a team of one. Essentially, it's insane. It took a whole year basically to make, and yeah, give that a watch. It's Tim Burton 3D animation, stop motion insanity. Yeah, so I think that's all of the sort of all the questions I had submitted, or ones that we came up with between us for now.
Questions?
Was that sorry?
Have you,
Oh
have you
yeah,
seen,
sure, man.
Yeah, oh.
Yeah,
Mm.
absolutely.
have you seen that before?
What was that? Sorry.
The movie Step Brothers. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
How about we interview you?
Nice. We'll take it.
Can we ask a few questions? Because obviously we're just getting to know each other, and
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, your viewers probably know a lot about you, but I mean, it'd be nice just to, for us to get to know you a little bit.
Absolutely, yeah, that's great.
Not crazy questions, but just questions you've asked us, really, like hobbies and stuff. What hobbies do you guys have?
Do you want to go first, Callum?
Well, we all share our answer for everyone for now, but we've all got like gaming PCs and stuff like that. So we're nearly always online. Well, we're all nearly always on Discord, always playing something normally. I don't know, skateboarding, skateboarding, roller skates.
I'm the odd one out there. I'm the only one who can't skateboard. I'm the inliner. I'm that weirdo at the park that you see like once every few years. Very rare now.
They are growing. You get more.
Yeah, I think the '90s nostalgia will kick in pretty hard soon, and that'll encourage a lot of inline skaters. Hopefully, we will take over. Unlikely. Yeah, kind of outside of that. I like going for long walks on the beach.
I was gonna say we don't really do anything else. I feel we either sit inside or we go to the skate park. That's about it.
I spend a lot of time listening to podcasts lately and just trying to learn a lot of just different and varied things. I quite enjoy that at the moment because it's just weird some of the things people are interested in. I like hearing about it when they're really passionate about it. It's interesting. But Aaron, you've got a few other bits, haven't you, as well?
Yeah, my one demonstrated here. Really, I'm quite into gardening and keeping plants, so
That's cool.
It's good fun. Yeah.
And when he says quite, he means absolutely.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like if you're into plants, you have to be like very committed because it's a big responsibility. Plants. It's not like
they're a lot in terms, especially when it's sort of indoor plants or plants that are in pots or any sort of raised bed or anything like that. They completely rely on you for survival in a way. So,
yeah.
But it's not like a power thing or anything. Please don't take it as that.
How did you get that?
It's a very
power over the plant.
I am the plant man, plant master.
Sound like a Batman villain or something.
That's very rewarding because obviously it's caring for something and it rewards you back in terms of growth and just generally surviving. That's good fun. I like it. There's a lot to learn as well. Lots of big learning curve, and I'm sure we all love a good learning curve. So,
yeah. I mean, I'm allergic to most plants, so I'm not very most of them. They give me rashes and constant sneezing and all this stuff. So
don't go to Aaron's house. Whatever you do, ever. If he ever invites you, never go. So that's one plant. If you move to like his left a bit, there's a lot more.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's
pretty interesting one, though. Yeah,
it's good fun. I like it.
That's cool. We'll go with one more question then, just because something. You said to us earlier, like any moment that stands out for like live gigging. I know you came up with a few from your Yeovil gig. Is there any more that stand out over that, or?
Same order, boys. I think.
Like as in gigs we've played, or
Yeah, so
ones
it's
we've
just like
seen.
live gigs. Anything stands out. I like the Yeovil story, but is there anything that maybe comes up with that?
The Yeovil story is kind of the creme of the
That is
top,
yeah.
isn't it? That one.
I feel like I've let it down now, but it was a good story. I'm not saying I'm looking for a better one, but no, that's cool, man. No worries.
I'll start this one then, because I feel like there's a bit of a funny moment, which is an absolute nightmare at the time for any musician. But funnily enough, it was the first Yeovil show we played, and so we started the set, we built up the intro and everything, went into the first song, and about halfway through the first song, my ride cymbal just completely falls down on the floor, just like it takes the drum out with it. So I'm trying to continue the song going, and Simon's bloody trying to repair this drum kit in front of me, and I think that was the moment we all realised. Oh my word!
That was kind of become a bit of a tradition actually.
Yeah,
'Cause,
just at some point the drum kit falls apart. Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't matter where we play, whose kit we're playing. There'll always be like a stand or something that just comes loose, and his cymbals will.
Yeah.
Like, I actually watch out for it at the start of every show now, because there
See,
will always be a cymbal that just falls over. I just there's no reason for it.
Especially that it's that quick change around between like bands. You know, like you got like 7 minutes between bands and everything. You got to quickly screw everything onto your kit and everything. And obviously you think you've got everything, and there's always one that just doesn't want to play ball.
Yeah,
I have thought of
honestly,
one now.
go for it. Yeah.
It's there's a band we play with. We've played with them twice. For fuck's
Which
sake.
band do you want 'em?
For fuck's
Oh
sake.
yeah, for fuck's sake.
We have a couple
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we play with with a few of our songs. We play with a backing track,
Mhm.
and then it's normally has because we're only 4-piece, but some of our older songs we were a 5-piece band. We have like rhythm guitar on a backing track kind of thing. And other
I'd have some
other
effects
things.
in there as well. You know, that
But-
kind of stuff you can't reproduce live.
Yeah,
No.
there's just one song, Chosen, which we do. It's called Chosen.
It's an
I
emotional
made it sound like I
song as
chose
well.
the song, but for some, whenever we play this band, the backing track was always out of sync. Like
That's
no
like
reason. It's
tremendously
always
bad.
happened, and it's just like. But in practice, always fine. Any other time we play live, absolutely fine. It's just with this one band. It's just always been like.
It's like one of our oldest songs that we've got the tightest as well.
Yeah,
So
it's so-
and it's like meant to be really emotional, you know. Like, go on, sorry.
Situation. What did you do?
Oh, we pull it in, man. Like, I think
Winged it.
any musician who's performed to a crowd knows it's not about the mistakes you make; it's about how well you hide them from the people who are stood directly in front of you. You know. Yeah.
Don't make it too obvious.
Yeah, there'll always be a mistake. Every gig, you'll always have some kind of mistake or some kind of fuck up, and it's like you got to own it, haven't you? You know, you can't if you make it out to be obvious, or if it's a big deal to you. I mean, it can't be too big a deal. You want to be as tight as you can, but if there's an error, there's an error. Like you just make it music, don't you?
All human.
You can afford to do it in a sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And the idea is hopefully they never know when we've done it. Like,
well, something because I think Aaron saved it because it was only in the first verse. So then from the first
well
verse to
recovered.
the chorus, we have a little, it's like a little fill, isn't it? And we're only we were like one beat behind, weren't we? Or
Yeah,
something?
something like that.
It was like literally a couple of beats behind. So it was like just quickly going to the chorus a lot quicker and it all synced
I
up
was literally
again.
just bogging them all out, like, please,
But,
please know what.
but the verses are quite long because it's quite slow verses. So it's like, and we're all playing like so out of time. But no, I don't think anyone else knows, to be honest. So.
well, they might now. Everyone's gonna watch that song like fucking hawks on the
Pressure's
third
on now,
man.
We're going to be sitting on the stage, like, watching it.
Yeah, counting.
No, the other thing,
I'll look you lovingly in the eye as we fuck that song up completely.
the other thing is your own biggest critic as well. Like,
Always.
your song doesn't go particularly how you normally play it. You maybe might get yourself a little bit down about it, but like you said, nobody would have even noticed any, really any difference. Like looking from the outside.
Yeah, exactly. And also at this stage, it's I think it's really important to remember that we haven't been doing this for 20 years yet. You know, when we get to that point where we've been doing 20 years and then we fuck up, I'll be like, okay, that's
Bad time.
going to piss me off a bit more. I don't know. I used to be really oversensitive about like when we'd make an error and stuff. But you know, you come to accept it, and when you do, it's like if it's kind of part of the experience, isn't it? It's part of the show. And it sounds weird, but it does make that show a little bit unique in the sense that
It makes it intimate to that crowd.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds weird, but it is true. Like, yeah.
Definitely.
I think for me, the best live moments, isn't it? I feed off the crowd. So whenever we get a good crowd, and we've had some really good ones at Anvil before. I think it might have been the last show before lockdowns kicked in. That was nuts. We had like a room full of people. It wasn't like full, but it was fairly packed out, and the crowd was quite dense at the front. And we have 1 or 2 songs from the earlier days that are pretty heavy, and we kicked into a few of those, and the pits opened up and stuff. So I obviously do that cocky thing where you walk down the middle of the crowd and you open them up and then count them in, and then they just run into each other, the old wall of death. But anytime there's a moment like that, and I think specifically that night was pretty good for that. We had the whole room was just on board. I think because I stare people out a bit. I play a bit of the crazy card on stage. We got a few songs about like asylums and things, so you got to play up to it a little bit. And I couldn't see one person in the room who didn't seem to be enjoying themselves. So for me, that's again, I really feed off the crowd. So I think for me, that was quite a highlight. That stands out.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, that's cool.
Let's do it again on the third. Yeah. Shall we try A Shame of Life?
Sounds like one of your lyrics.
It does.
Oh, that's starting off gentle, isn't it? Right. So to premise this, I guess what we'll do is between us, we'll just sort of we'll vote on the best answer, and they don't have to drink. That sound all right?
That's the plan. So what is it like? Thumbs up, thumbs down, and then whoever's on the losing team drinks.
Oh, we didn't. Yeah.
Would you want to do that?
You're a you're not drinking.
Surely you should be drink for the winner. I've never understood that with drinking games. Like,
oh yeah, we can do it that way. I don't know. It depends how much of an alcoholic you are, really. Now, to be fair, me and Aaron, we've done a few nights out that have been good fun recently. So again, the Anvil's kind of our local, and we went down to a band I'd like to shout out, actually, Skinny Knowledge. They're really fantastic live. If you get a chance to play with them, do it. We went down to one of their gigs, and me and Aaron kind of just started drinking with everyone, and by the end of the night, everyone was absolutely gone. And I think were we the last 2 out, Aaron?
I can't remember.
We were. That was kind of the end we went in with. But yeah, I remember distinctly looking at Andy at one point in the night, and if you ever get a chance to meet Andy, have a good chat with him, because he's an extremely knowledgeable guy when it comes to music, and a fantastic musician, and just all round, just really pleasant to be around. And I do remember looking across the table. I was like, Jack and Coke, and he sort of looked at me, but his eyes weren't. They were kind of like looking different ways, and that's when I realised
what have we done.
And hopefully we can give you that experience. You say you're gigging on the 6th,
like the day after,
the Saturday.
Yeah, the 6th, no, the 4th. Then yeah. Okay. We won't be too harsh.
I mean, just let him off because he's the driver.
Yeah, okay, and the singer. Incidentally, you need to look after those chords, man. That's why I go for the honey Jack Daniels nowadays. It's much smoother, Yeah, I think it'll be a good night out. So let's see what we've got. This is as tame as it gets. So, what is your biggest fear, and what would you change about it to make it immediately unscary? I'll start with you, Callum.
Biggest fear.
I don't really have many.
It doesn't.
What can I say? I'm a bit hard, you know. That's a tough one, isn't it? Though.
Mm.
I'm really scared of a monkey attacking me.
You watch too much Joe Rogan, don't you? Yeah.
To make it less scary, I just won't go outside ever again. I don't really have anything.
Not scared of anything.
Just
Callum, you're scared of motion, mate.
No, I'm not scared. It just makes me
You're
dizzy.
scared of driving, aren't you?
Because it makes me dizzy.
Yeah, we'll go with.
I'm not scared of heights. I just get dizzy when I'm high up.
Mm.
By it.
Would that be the fear response?
No, that'd be my. I don't know.
Mm. Okay, well, we'll take that. That's the best we're getting. I think. Aaron, we'll go for you next, my guy.
Now, you see, as I have previously said, my biggest fear is my bloody drum kit falling apart on me.
Right.
So I'm going to solve that by playing a proper instrument.
Well, that's the end of Aaron.
Now, rack toms, definitely.
Rack toms. Oh, getting a good. You've got to have a good rack, Aaron.
Oh, yeah.
That means two things. Okay, Sam, should we go for you next then?
My biggest fear.
Hmm.
Fears.
We're getting right in deep, aren't we? There.
My biggest fear. Probably public talking. This is you tell I'm quite quiet. So yeah.
He's fighting for his life here.
Yeah, you've chosen an interesting career there.
I change when I sing a song. I go back to school.
You might find I do most of the talking.
Oh, right, yeah.
I don't know if it has been that way. But yeah, we just. I'll look.
What do you?
On the spot, isn't it? I know.
What would you do about it to make it immediately unscary?
Give it to me to sort out.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I mean, I suppose that works. To be fair, yeah.
But then I'd probably end up ruining it by saying stupid shit. Don't
Yeah,
I?
but that makes it good. So
That's part of the fun, isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, what did I say in Finns? I was like, it was like a last song. I was like, right, I want to see everybody like thrusting and gyrating. And I kind of thought about what I said, and I was like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said that. You people.
Just a very musical orgy, you know. Yeah. Okay.
That's the Barry move, isn't it? The thrusting and the gyration.
Yeah, it's the thrusting, but also the two-step thing. Don't know how they do it.
Like, is that a Barry? Like someone in the crowd is just doing like a.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they have to be getting other
often they
people
will.
involved. They're trying to get other people to do the same thing as them. That's
They
the
can't be
Barry
alone,
move.
the Barrys.
Yeah.
Barry vibe.
It's not that it's a bad crowd. It's just nobody wants to do what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on a different level. There's there's the nice level and there's Barry level. And Barry's a little bit too much for some
Barry's
people.
too far gone, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Ollie? What's your biggest fear, and how would you immediately make it less scary?
you know.
I fucking hate jellyfish.
Jellyfish, yep, they suck.
They're just what I don't even know why they exist, but I just don't like jellyfish.
There's a reason.
The reason I get to stop this, I would just chop off the tentacles, so it's just like a little blob, just like they're a bit more cuter then.
It's just a jelly instead of a jellyfish.
The tentacles.
Have you been?
Oh,
I've been stuck. Yeah.
have you been stung? Oh,
Yikes.
that's rough, buddy. Yeah.
There is a helpline to call.
Is there? Okay.
Just yeah.
Was it a hospital job, or was it like?
I mean,
side of
it
the-
was
Yeah.
it was wild, but it was enough to put me off of jellyfish.
Yeah,
You know,
SpongeBob put me off them.
yeah. Yeah, they suck. What they're just like floating around the oceans with no brain or anything. They just like
Waiting to
eat
hurt,
everything.
What is the point? I don't get this.
They're essentially dustbins for the ocean,
literally,
from
they're
what I
full of-
understand.
They're fodder that hurts.
And when you kill them, release sperm, so they just like
Yeah.
duplicate more. Yeah.
That's mad. Could you imagine if humans reproduced like that? That'd suck, wouldn't it?
Be
I
7
mean-
billion of us.
That could not be true. I don't know.
If you have an enemy, you look up. You need to know what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Where did
To
you
be
get
fair-
stung then? Was it in
Oh,
England
only
or on holiday? Or?
It was in Turkey, so I was just like,
Oh,
I was in like a rubber ring on like a beach, just paddling out, and I touched the top of one, and I tried to like put all my arms and legs up on this hoop and try and shimmy away from it, and then I fell into the water and stung by it. So, yeah, that's when my feud started with the jellyfish.
Jellyfish do absolutely suck. I remember watching Blue Planet, and they literally just because apparently jellyfish are essentially just taking over the oceans now. Like they're all the marine life that's going to be left eventually. You know, it's I can't imagine a worse hell.
Mm.
Well, for the the
Jelly
big ones
filled
of the sea. Yeah, that's all there's going to be. They just kill stuff. They don't
To be a fish.
really contribute to sort of. I'm not going to say society. That's the wrong word. Yeah, like ecosystems within the ocean, right? They don't really contribute, but they just kill everything.
Society.
I suppose they're bottom of the food chain, but they're fighting for it, you know.
Yeah, they just murder everything, man. That's they
Well,
suck.
Eat down with me.
Not
Mm.
no.
I think my worst fear is probably like a long drawn out slow death. So I guess there's only one fix for that. No, no, I don't know how I'd fix that if
drive
I'm honest.
fast.
So. Yeah, I'll get another motorbike. I think that'll probably be the way to do it.
I mean, yeah, good for it if you get in a motorbike.
Yeah, I used to ride for like a year or so, but I had to get a car because my drum kit wouldn't fit on the bike. So downgrade in my opinion. But
I think that's what quitters say.
Just get a
I feel like-
trailer for your bike.
yeah, like you can get those sidecars, but your bass drum doesn't quite fit. So.
Yeah, you could be like a marching band. You know, the guy he has like the bass drum on his back. You can just do that.
Have you guys heard of Teddy Rock's festival?
Yeah.
There was a guy there this year who had like a some kind of drum built on his head, and then he had a guitar, and he was like stomping on the floor, and it was hitting him in the face with a beater, and I don't know. I need to find out who that guy is. So if anyone happens to have gone and
Please
knows
tell
who it was, I need to know more about this.
Fetish?
It could be
Elf in the face?
somewhere. It will be.
Yeah, I mean,
Rule 34, man. Like you know it exists.
And you've been framed somewhere.
You've been framed. Classic fetish show right there. I mean, I don't know about you. I don't really want to call a winner or a loser for fears. So maybe we'll just move on to the next card. See what we
Like the tutorial.
I've jellyfish do kind of win that though, low key.
bastard.
Yeah, that's just because they're just shit, aren't they?
It's just jelly.
Just jelly.
Fish.
I
It's
don't
the
really.
fish bit that gets me. Man. Right, I'll find. Right, quick fire round. What's quiet, sticky, and ashamed, Callum?
A dog which has been through the bin.
Right, Aaron.
Oh, but
Quiet, sticky, and ashamed.
bloody hell, what was it again?
What's quiet, sticky, and ashamed?
A cat that brought in a pigeon and it's just been yelled at.
Fine, yeah. Sam?
That's such a hard thing to say.
Less.
Well,
I'm blank for this. I don't know.
sticky stuff. Come on.
Sticky stuff.
Ashamed sticky stuff. You
And yeah.
must have been in contact with ashamed sticky stuff before.
Shame sticky stuff. I don't know. You'll go.
Names count. Yeah.
I can say, right, I have a 3.5-year-old son. Christmas time, the candy canes come out. Literally has one or two licks of it, and then it's
It's
hiding the clothes, and it's just
Sticks.
it's stuck to me there, and he doesn't eat most of it. It's just worthless. He doesn't. It just goes in the bin after that, and I've got a sticky stain on my clothing.
it's a part of you now.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I think
How
I
are you?
quite like that one.
Mm.
Yeah. I was just gonna go with a dead jellyfish on the beach, but
Oh, I'll go with that one. That's
I
the
think
one.
I think definitely you should take a sip though. That sounds awful. Wasted sugar.
Occasionally eat one or two of them, but it's become like over the December period. It's quite a lot of candy canes that just get
It ends up looking like the Christmas tree.
They're just eventually. You don't take them off. You just leave them on till the end of the Christmas period, is what you're telling me, like.
pretty much wearing a candy cane covered t-shirt by the end of the Christmas period.
Before the bees come out.
Before the beats come out, yeah.
Okay,
Mm.
we'll do one more because we've been going for like an hour and 40 minutes. We're doing pretty well here,
Yeah.
guys. So I think we'll probably wrap it up fairly soon.
One more.
I will
Then wrap it up.
find one here that's reasonable. I won't participate because I'm reading in advance, or will I? Okay, this one's good. Let's go with which superhero is most likely to cry after climax? Callum.
Me? Why have I got to go first?
No, yeah.
Oh, all right,
I meant
I can
you.
go first.
Yeah.
I think it's really in character for like Deadpool to cry after climaxing. I think he does.
Yep.
Every time.
Yeah. Every time.
Mhm.
I'll go with that, Aaron.
It's got to be Superman. He's like a super Chad, but this hasn't got it.
Well, he's like a two-pump chump, and then he cries afterwards.
They call him the human shotgun. Jobs are good.
He cries.
Sam.
I'm going Batman.
Batman.
He seems too sad to come.
Deary me.
He does. I'm Batman.
Yeah.
I'm Batman.
Why did you say that name?
What?
Ollie, what you got for us?
Can I alter it slightly? Can I say like super villain?
Yeah, we'll go with it. Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah, because I feel like the DC's latest version of the Joker quite dark.
We live in a society.
Exactly, like brain.
Yeah, I can see it. If he ever gets any, that's the problem. I was going to go with Homelander from The Boys.
I was thinking Homelander, but I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't know if he really is a superhero.
Yeah, he is.
Do you guys watch The Boys?
I watched what is you?
No.
New season's coming out soon, isn't it?
It's
Very
pretty soon. It looks good as well. It looks good. I was worried they'd take it too far, and they've done just that, and I can't wait.
I
It's
mean,
gonna
they
be
know
awesome.
what boundaries to push, don't they?
Yeah, they know where they're at now. I
Okay.
think they're pretty comfortable. All right, I think what would be good is if maybe we might bring a few of these on the night out, or just write some down and get a drinking game going, possibly with a bunch of the guys who are turning up to the show on the 3rd. Anyone watching, if you haven't got tickets yet, get them in advance. They're £2 cheaper. You can find them on our page, on Sad Cult's page, and also on our opening act, the Day of the Red Sun. Not the Day of the Red Sun, Day of the Red Sun. So do get your tickets in advance, and we'll hopefully see you there, and we'll have a good night out following the show. Thank you very much, guys, for coming on. This has been a good
Yes,
laugh.
thank you.
I'm looking forward even more to to hanging out with you guys and watching you guys do what you do on the 3rd. Is there any last bits you want to push, promote? Have you got anything coming up that you wanna put out there before we close off?
Honestly, just bigging you guys up. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, and you're very welcome. You're very
It's
welcome.
fun. This has been like a complete like new thing for us. So, thank you for having us, and see you.
That's all right. I mean, I'm sure we'll have you back in the future. It's been a good laugh. So, and the more comfortable we get knowing each other, the more
Certainly have to come
we
up
can
to
push it
Weymouth and play.
online. Yes, yeah, definitely get up to Weymouth. And if you ever fancy a skate, give us a shout. We're about. I don't. Where's halfway between us? Is it like the Blandford skate park or something?
Probably, isn't it?
Probably, yeah.
That's. I don't think we've taken Aaron there yet, but I quite like it there. It's
Good
separated
little-
out into wooden ramps, isn't it? But yeah, it's got plenty to do.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Sounds like a
Right.
plan.
Thank you very much, chaps. If you want to, we'll move you into the waiting lobby and we'll just have a quick chat with you after the stream. And yeah, we'll speak to you soon and we'll see you on the 3rd of June.
See you later.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye.
I'll drag them out.
Yeah,
I'll
do
show
it.
them out. I'll show them out.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone who tuned in to have a watch. This is something we've done only once before, so we really appreciate you guys watching, listening in, and also interacting with us. Shout out to Chris in the chat there. Chris Spencer used to be a member of the band. He's fantastic, so hopefully we'll see him do more in the future. Thank you all for tuning in. Thanks to everyone who commented, Daryl, Jack, Jacob. Hopefully we'll see you all at the show on the 3rd of June at the Anvil in Bournemouth.
It'll be a fun one. Come on down.
It's going to be real fun. We're going to play at least 3 new tracks and a brand new cover that we've never played.
In
Never
Bournemouth.
yeah.
played a game for afterwards.
Never played in
And
Bournemouth.
we're going to play drinking games. Yeah, never played in Bournemouth, that cover, but we have got some new tracks for you.
Oh, we're doing the brand
And,
new song, which we haven't.
We're doing the
actually played.
brand new
new.
song, which is sounding
Jolly
pretty
good.
nice.
Brand.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you very much, guys, and we'll see you real soon.
Mhm.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.